Hello everyone, TJ here from Arizona Wildlife Federation. Today I'd like to share some tips on minimizing the cost of filling your newly installed raised garden beds you have in your yard. As you probably already know, there are many benefits to having a raised garden bed. It warms the soil more quickly, so it extends your growing season. It provides better drainage, and plus it provides a barrier to slugs and snails and other critters that you may have in your yard. Plus, it's easier to reach your goodies. Raised beds can be made from many materials, including boards, cinder blocks, bricks, etc. Here I've purchased garden blocks from our local Home Depot and used old 2x lumber I had for the main frame. Because my raised bed is 2 feet tall, I added 12-inch pavers beneath each block pillar for stability. I used a mortar bit to drill a 1/2 inch hole in the center of the paver so I could drive a 1/2 inch rebar spike down through the center of the blocks and paver, further increasing stability. The garden blocks already have a center hole for this purpose. I painted the inside of my beds, added a plastic barrier on the sides simply to extend the life of the lumber. To deal with local moles and gophers in our area, I also added a 2-inch layer of gravel to the bottom of the bed. You can use 1/4 inch galvanized mesh screen as well, but I had the gravel in other parts of my yard I wanted to re-landscape, so I simply repurposed this material. Regardless of which material you choose, one concern everyone faces will be the cost of filling the area with garden soil. However, I'd like to show you how you can minimize this cost while at the same time turning your other yard waste into valuable compost. Most garden vegetables need 6 to 8 inches of soil for proper root growth, with some going a bit deeper. For me, providing a 12-inch layer of soil means I have another foot of space at the bottom of my 2-foot bed to fill. Now that's a lot of soil to purchase given the size of my beds. Rather than spending the money to purchase additional soil to fill the remaining void, I elected to cut up all the tree and brush trimmings I had accumulated along with leaves and other compostable materials and add them to the bottom of my raised beds right on top of the gravel. I had accumulated quite a pile of trimmings and pine needles, leaves, etc. since we first moved into our home about 8 months ago. This turned out to be a great resource because everything will decompose over time, further enhancing the soil, plus it was free. The more you chop up your trimmings, the more efficiently you will fill the bottom, and thereby prevent the soil you'll be adding later from just sifting to the bottom of the bed. I simply threw the limbs and brush into the bed and then used my loppers to cut it up as much as I could so it laid flat. Next, I added the finer trimmings such as pine needles, leaves, and free horse manure I found locally and added to the top of the limbs and brush I just cut up. This filled my bed about half full. My top growing layer consists just the dirt mixed with additional manure I'm using for growing my fruits and vegetables. As the lower layers decompose and settle over time, I'll simply add additional compost each season to refill the bed. There you have it. With a little labor, I saved a ton of money by using yard waste to help fill my raised bed and help reduce landfill waste at the same time. In no time, you will be growing and enjoying great fruits and vegetables from your new raised bed. Happy gardening!